China's first landfalling typhoon of 2026, Typhoon Maysak, continued its destructive path after striking Hainan, bringing powerful winds, torrential rain, and dangerous coastal conditions to Guangxi. As the storm moved across the region, authorities issued multiple weather warnings, activated emergency response measures, and urged millions of residents to remain alert as severe weather continued to impact southern China. According to China's meteorological authorities, Typhoon Maysak made landfall near the Guangxi coast as a strong tropical storm, packing sustained winds of up to force 10 on the Beaufort scale, with even stronger gusts recorded in exposed coastal areas. Long before the center of the storm arrived, its massive outer rain bands had already swept across Guangxi, producing hours of relentless rainfall, strong winds, thunderstorms, and rapidly deteriorating weather conditions. Coastal cities including Fangchenggang, Dongxing, Beihai, and parts of Nanning experienced the worst of the storm. Torrential rain quickly overwhelmed drainage systems, turning streets into rivers and leaving many low-lying neighborhoods submerged under floodwaters. Traffic slowed to a crawl as vehicles struggled through deep water, while some cars became stranded after floodwaters rose too quickly. Emergency crews were deployed to close flooded roads, assist trapped motorists, and clear blocked drainage channels wherever possible. The typhoon's powerful winds caused widespread disruption across coastal communities. Large trees were uprooted or snapped by intense gusts, with fallen branches blocking roads and damaging vehicles in several locations. Construction fencing, billboards, traffic signs, and temporary structures were blown over as the storm intensified, creating dangerous conditions for both pedestrians and drivers. Utility crews responded to scattered power outages after strong winds damaged electricity lines and distribution equipment in some areas, while repair teams worked around the clock to restore essential services. Along Guangxi's coastline, the impact of Typhoon Maysak was especially severe. Massive waves pounded seawalls and coastal defenses throughout the day as powerful onshore winds pushed seawater inland. In several low-lying coastal communities, seawater overflowed onto roads and waterfront areas, causing localized seawater inundation and worsening flooding already caused by the heavy rainfall. Authorities strengthened monitoring of seawalls and coastal flood barriers while urging residents to stay away from beaches, ports, rivers, and other hazardous coastal locations until conditions improve. The storm also brought major disruptions to maritime transportation. Fishing ports suspended operations as thousands of fishing boats returned to shelter before the typhoon arrived. Passenger ferry services were canceled, cargo operations at several ports were temporarily halted, and numerous coastal tourist attractions were closed as local governments prioritized public safety. Beyond the coastline, the relentless rainfall significantly increased the threat of secondary disasters across Guangxi. Rivers, streams, and reservoirs rose rapidly after hours of intense precipitation, raising concerns over flash flooding in both urban and rural communities.
牛波不牛波，家人们，牛波不牛波？淹死了！什么叫水蒸盖？这就叫水蒸盖啊！我的天哪！对面车都要报废哦！哦呦哦呦！
In mountainous areas, authorities warned that saturated hillsides could trigger landslides, mudslides, and rockfalls with little warning. Emergency officials carried out precautionary evacuations in high-risk locations while rescue teams remained on standby to respond to any developing emergencies. Meteorological authorities reported that some parts of Guangxi received more than 300 millimeters of rainfall within a short period, placing enormous pressure on local flood control systems. Although Typhoon Maysak is forecast to gradually weaken as it moves farther inland, forecasters warned that its circulation will continue transporting abundant tropical moisture across southern China. Authorities across Guangxi have mobilized firefighters, emergency responders, police officers, medical personnel, and utility workers to remain on standby around the clock. Crews continue clearing fallen trees, removing storm debris, repairing damaged infrastructure, restoring electricity where outages have occurred, and monitoring flood-prone communities for signs of worsening conditions. Temporary shelters have also been prepared where necessary to accommodate residents evacuated from vulnerable areas. Officials continue urging the public to closely follow official weather updates and emergency advisories, avoid unnecessary travel, stay away from flooded roads, rivers, coastal areas, and never attempt to drive through floodwaters.
死啊！打到親咗10次喎，能我肥啊！來，有幾大哦！打到親咗10次啊！
Residents are also being advised to secure loose outdoor objects and prepare emergency supplies in case weather conditions deteriorate further.
好玩哦！进水啦！进水啦！
As Typhoon Maysak continues moving inland, emergency operations remain in full swing across southern China. While the storm's winds are expected to gradually weaken over the next several days, the lingering heavy rainfall is likely to remain the greatest threat, with flooding, landslides, and other weather-related hazards continuing to pose serious risk. Authorities say they will closely monitor the evolving situation and adjust emergency measures as needed to help protect lives, property, and critical infrastructure throughout the affected region.